Our course title is Computer Application Package. Take a look of definition of statistical package. A statistical package is a collection of a computer program designed for statistical analysis. It allows users to perform standard statistical procedures without the need of low-level languages in terms of operating those statistical packages, so that it can be suited to computer programs that are specialized for statistical analysis, and also enabling people to obtain the result of standard statistical procedures without requiring low-level language programming, and provide facilities for data management. Low-level language are programming language that are similar to machine language. So most time machine language only understand 1 and zeros in order for them to interact with the hardware of the computer system. It is used to write programs that interact directly with a computer hardware. These are two categories. So we have two categories of low-level languages, which are known as machine code and assembly language. So whenever we heard of machine language and assembly language, they are referred to low-level language. So machine language or machine code is the only language that is directly understood by the computer hardware system, and it does not need to be translated. Once you input your data in form of binary codes, the machine language, which is the low-level language, will be able to comprehend and provide an output of what you input. So let's take a look of all instructions used in binary notation and written as a string of 1 zeros. So those are the binary notation code, which are known as 1 and zeros. So program instructions in machine language may look something like this. As we said from the previous slide that the low-level language may look like this image. Let's take a look of this image, which we have 1 0 1 0 1 0. So those are the process of inputting data in low-level language. They only understood 1 and 0. So technically speaking, this is the only language computer hardware understood. So however, binary notation is very difficult for humans to understand. This is where assembly languages come in. As we said that our low-level languages are refers to machine code and assembly language. With regards to the assembly language, is the improvement that we have in programming language in terms of low-level language, and it is a improved programming structure and make machine language more readable by humans. So individual will be able to understand those machine language, because we can be able to read those symbols and letters, so that the assembly language is the advance of the machine code, which only provide 1 and zeros. Translator. A translator is a computer program that converts source code into machine code or object codes. So translator is required to translate the assembly languages to machine language. This translator program is called the assembler. So whenever we heard of assembler, we should know that it is a translator programs that convert source code into machine code. So this translator program is called the assembler. It can be called the second generation language, since it does not longer uses 1 and zeros to write instructions and data into the computer systems regards to the programming. So this is the improvement that we have in low-level language, whereby they provided an assembler so that it will provide terms like this, MOVE, which is move, which each and everyone will be able to pronounce, ADD, which is add, then SUB, which is sub, and END, which is end. Since we said that the low-level language are language closer to the computer hardware, they only understand binary notation, which is 1 and 0. So due to innovation, they now improve their skills so that they provided assembler so that the individual will be able to understand them, which we can see their examples like move, add, sub, and end, and so on. Functions of statistical package. We have data presentation. Statistical package can help users present data in a way that is easier to understand by individual, since we state that they analyze source code so that it can be easier for individual to access. So statistical analysis package can help users perform statistical tests and analyze them. Then we have data interpretation. Statistical packages can help users interpret data that are more complex, that individual will not be able to comprehend easily, and also provide draw conclusions. So data organization. Statistical packages can organize data into tables and graphs. Those tables can be in form of a spreadsheet. So those graphs should be in form of arc and boxes that we can insert on the analyzing data. So data collection. Statistical packages can collect data from a database, access, or other format of applications so that you can analyze those informations. So let's take a look of advantages of statistical package. We have efficiency. Statistical packages can help users analyze large amounts of data in less time. So that's the efficiency. We can analyze huge amount of data or multiple data in a less time. So ease to use. Statistical package can be easier to use. It is user-friendly interface, so individual will be able to have access to it. So language support. Statistical packages support varieties of languages, making them accessible to a wide range of users. So individuals that are speaking different languages or that understood different languages will be able to use those languages and analyze their data. So visual reporting. Statistical packages can help users present data insight visually. So insight is a process of maybe going to gallery to take a picture or image you intended to insert to bring into your statistical package when you are analyzing it. For visual, making them easier to understand so that people viewing those images will be able to understand them easier. Then decision making. Statistical packages can help users make informed decisions by providing accurate results. Disadvantage of statistical packages. 1. It is cost. Some statistical packages are expensive and may not be available to students or individual users, since it is expensive package that experts really need them for specific tasks. So limited customization. Users may not be able to analyze output graphs, charts to meet their needs due to the complex of the circuit designs. So need for training. Some statistical packages require significant or important training to use effectively. Without having serious training, you won't be able to have access to use it or manipulate it. So data file storage and retrieval. So the data storage and retrieval is the process of saving data and accessing it later. So once we input our data on system and save them, so that refers to data storage. So after we save them on our storage device, whenever we intended to use it or to send those data to other people, that's the process of the retrieval. So data is saved in a secure and accessible way. For examples, data from a computer is stored on a hard disk of the computer system. A hard disk is nothing but a storage, a secondary storage that will be allow individual to store their data and information. So data retrieval, the stored data is accessed and extracted for analysis or further processing. For example, the magnetic data on a hard disk is covered back into electrical signal for use by the computer. So data storage and retrieval system. So use data processing servers to receive and transmit data, write data to storage units, then use data retrieval servers to access data from storage unit to the computer systems.